Every so often, one hears that this person or that person or this project is a lost cause. Is it because we just give up and quit? Personally, I believe there are no lost causes, at least not in God's book. Just think of the consequences if God gave up on us, on any of us. Now, we admire people who refuse to give up. We cheer the team that plays hard to the very end, whether they are winning or losing. We applaud the person who goes on with his or her life in the face of adversity and loss. There is no greater test of character than going on when others are dropping out. If we want to have a noble character, we won't get it in an hour or in a day or even in a year. We have to build it brick by brick with every decision we make. If we want to have true friendships, we won't attain them in one weekend. We have to build them through shared moments of joy and sorrow, and by our loyalty in good times and in bad. Over the years, I enjoyed witnessing and celebrating golden or diamond wedding anniversaries. The Lord blessed these couples with more years of marriage than most people attain. No doubt they had their ups and downs, but they hung in there. Their love proved to be strong. They didn't quit. They may have thought about divorce, perhaps even talked about it, but they kept going. And then one day, they were accepting the congratulations of family and friends on their golden wedding anniversary. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. This is very true of a ball game. When the team gives up, the players may as well go home. The game's over. This is no less true in other areas. We all want to see an end to street gangs and all the violence they cause. We have our doubts whether we will ever experience peace on our streets. One thing I know for sure, we cannot afford to give up. If we give up, the chance for peace will never come. We would like to see the whole world at peace. Now, the chance of that happening is far from promising. But the only thing we cannot afford to do is give up. Jesus knew his disciples would abandon him and be tempted to quit. So he told them a story that he hoped would give them a reason for hanging tough. He told them to keep on praying, to keep on working, and above all, to trust in God. It was a strange story about a dishonest judge and a poor widow who was being treated unfairly. She went to court, but the judge was arrogant, and he had no regard for the laws of God or the needs of people. He didn't care one bit that the widow was being cheated. Maybe she couldn't or wouldn't pay the judge a bribe. So he had no interest in her case. But the widow kept going back to court. Every time the judge came into his courtroom, there she was. Finally, he settled in her favor because he was feeling the stress. She was driving him crazy. If the dishonest judge could be persuaded to do the right thing, we can trust God for much more. If we believe with all our heart, it can keep us going and we won't quit. If we were left with only our own efforts, that would be reason enough to give up. After all, what chance do we have against the indifference of an uncaring world? But it's not just our fight. We have someone else to depend on. God is on the side of truth and justice and peace. So we know the fight is far from over. We can keep going. Even when things seem hopeless, we can refuse to give up. God bless you.